Do you struggle with thoughts that this whole marriage thing is surely not what it was hyped up to be? Do you feel miserable in your marriage? Do you feel like you just do not know the person you married anymore and very confused if you should stay or find a way out of this torture you call a marriage? Welcome back to Keeping It Together with ZeeZee. As always, it is very good to have you with me here. It is amazing to always have to talk to people and help them through their difficult situations. So why are you here with me again? Like I promised, this is the second part of my previous video debunking the excuses that people throw my way for not seeking the help of a marriage coach. The first part of this video took us through the reasons why an engaged couple might fight with a thought and what my responses to their 1,000,001 excuses are. In this video, I will go through the excuses that married folks give to escape the work they need to do in order to make their marriage better. I always get pulled aside and asked some very disturbing questions by married couples. Some things that I hear would be, I can't take my spouse's emotional absence anymore. Will they ever change? I think my spouse is seeing someone else. Can my marriage ever be fixed? I also hear, I believe my marriage is totally miserable. Is it okay if I just choose to stay for the kids? These and many more are the questions that I hear very often. These questions literally bring me to my knees, especially when I see how many couples out there choose to do nothing about their relationship. They do nothing about their unhappy lives and just expect it to get better. More and more couples are choosing the highway and letting their marriages suffer by given reasons, which I call excuses, such as 1. My spouse would never agree to talk to a third party about our issues. 2. Nothing in life is perfect. I don't believe my marriage is meant to be. Now, I agree with that some sort because chasing perfection is fleeting. All we're asking is you just need to work towards being your greatest and best selves in your community, in your places of business, and definitely in your marriage. Number 3 excuse that I hear, my problems are too many. A coach won't be able to fix them all. I also hear, I can't afford a marriage coach or find one in my area. Excuse number 5. Talking to a coach will mean that I actually have to admit that I have major issues. Our issues are not that bad. Okay? I also hear I don't have any real anger issues. I only hit my spouse once. I have already made up my mind that my marriage won't work, ZeeZee. What's the use? These are just some of the excuses I hear. There are tons more from where those have come. My response to these objections is usually the same. You have a choice to pick. You have a choice to pick one of the options that I'll give you here. Option 1 that you have the option to do nothing about your relationship and it stays the way it currently is. So quit grouching about your spouse being the most annoying person ever. Option 2, you give up on your marriage and physically or emotionally check out, which in my opinion is the worst. Option 3 that you have is to give things a chance and seek the necessary help to fix your marital issues. Now you're talking. So which option will you pick? But before you answer that, let me give you an indication of what each option entails. You choose to do nothing. Most couples who choose to do nothing also try to define sanity, which is popularly defined as doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. I find that they believe that their marriage will just become perfect just because they're wishing away their problems. Well, I have news for you. Problems do not just fizzle away. They required committed individuals to do the work that will bring real change to the marriage. Work? Yes, work. Without this dreaded four-letter word, your marriage remains a place of misery. Do you want to continue living in despair, in anger, frustration, fear, shame, or just plain misery? I highly doubt it. Which then begs the next two options left. Either you give up on your marriage and detach emotionally and physically, or you transform your marriage. Option number 2 is you choose to throw in the towel and save yourself from this life of misery. While this is an option, it is not always the best one. You can physically leave your marriage, but you can't run away from the bond that you built with this person. The history you have built with your spouse is one that can't just be erased. You will be connected forever. Think of all the assets you've built together and all the support you gave each other to grow socially, mentally, spiritually, and even materially. It is not easy to just get rid of all that history without it being extremely heart-wrenching. Things become awkward with the trail of friends that you both made together. There's stress from figuring out who is more financially responsible for the children and their well-being. There are custody battles, and the list goes on. The extreme trauma a divorce puts you through is usually the main impact overlooked by many who decide to go down that path. You will hurt and potentially won't model good behavior to the kids, as your hurt would do all the talking for you. You essentially teach your children that they can run from any issues they face. This leads to your third and final option, one that makes a positive difference as you shudder at the thought of things staying the way they are. You want things to change. You're tired of them being status quo. You dare to do something different, and you get some help to fix your marriage. You don't give up on it. You find a qualified coach that can help you with the tools to live happier and take your relationship to the next level. Doing something about the situation always works better than just complaining about it. Don't be rigid. Don't be inflexible. Get some help. Your marriage can surely use a tune-up in order to function at its best ever. Don't forget to sign up on my website, ZeeZeeIhe.com, for free tips on how to make your relationship last. Send me your comments. Tell me other topics you would like to hear me talk about. Sign up for my vlogs at my YouTube channel, and I can be reached by email as well. questions@ZeeZeeIhe.com. Work on your marriage. That's the best option for you. Do not go it alone. Thank you and have a wonderful day.